In this video, we're going to be using properties of equilateral triangles to solve problems. So we're first going to turn to page 141 in our student journal to review some properties of equilateral triangles. So we're on page 141 here. And remember, equilateral triangles, what's true about them is if all sides are equal, then you know all the angles are congruent to each other, and vice versa. If you know that a triangle has all equal angles, then you know all the sides have to be equal as well. Basically, every equilateral triangle is equiangular, and every equiangular triangle is also equilateral. We also know that in an equilateral triangle, all the interior angles are 60 degrees, or I should say each angle is 60 degrees. That's important. And that makes sense, right? Because if they're all equal and they all have to add up to 180, 180 divided by 3 is 60. So we're going to be using these properties to solve some problems. Go ahead and turn the page to 142. And we're going to do number 5 and 6. In exercises 5 and 6, find the value of x. So our job is to solve and find x. In number 5, I'm told that this is an equiangular triangle. All angles are congruent. Well, this means then that this is an equilateral triangle. All sides are congruent. So if this side has a length of 31, then so does this side. So x has to be equal to 31. And number 6, when I'm looking at the picture, I can see that this is an equilateral triangle because all the sides are congruent, which means this is an equiangular triangle. All angles are congruent to each other. That means if this is 2x, this is 2x degrees, and this is 2x degrees. Now, there's a couple different ways you could solve this problem. One, you know that all 3 of these angles have to add up to 180. So you could add up all 3 angles to get 180, and you could solve for x that way. But there's actually a quicker way, and we just mentioned it at the beginning of this video, that in an equilateral triangle, every angle is 60 degrees. So that means this 2x degree angle has to be equal to 60. That's another equation I could use to solve. 2x degrees has to be equal to 60. I like this equation much better than this one. I'm going to go ahead and solve this. I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and I get x is 30. You would get the same answer using the fact that all 3 add up to 180, but this is much quicker.